Democrats, moderate Republicans, independents, moderate Democrats. You're not going to win them over by going on MSNBC or doing a pre-recorded interview like that. You're going to win those people over by going on the Howard Stern show. You're going to win those people over by doing what Don Lemon just said. These are the same mistakes, that Hillary made back in the day when what Don was just referring to. I understand what you're saying, Anna. You don't owe Sean Hannity anything. Pick somebody else on Fox News. I don't know, Neil Cavuto. Pick somebody on there that maybe isn't a Holocaust denier, right? I'm not saying go on the Laura Ingraham show, but what I am saying is go on some shows where maybe they're not so pro-friendly. Now, you and I would love it if she came on our shows. We'll ask her tough questions, but we're still Kamala Harris supporters. Doesn't mean we're not going to ask, tough questions. You got to go on the opposition at some point. And I'm worried that if she doesn't do that in the next 5 weeks, she's not going to win over those moderates or moderate.
And you have to remember, yes, the rules are different for her than Donald Trump because Donald Trump can say anything. But think about it. Think about the news cycle, Anna. If someone makes a mistake and then all they have to do is keep going, because people forget about it. If you make a mistake, and let's just say that she gets criticized for something, all she has to do is say, you know what, I messed up on that one, and then keep going, and then go to the next one and go to the next one. She has to get people to know her.
I don't think that the rules work the same for a black woman as they do for a rich white guy who, we know the rules aren't the same.
Yeah.
I mean, we or else he would not be the guy who's running for president. I mean, he is a convicted felon. He is he is a rapist. He is all those things, and he still gets covered the way that you're talking, right? And that's the thing when you talked about him being on the cover of all those different sections and doing all those shows, we knew what a terrible person he was. We in the media did actually know that, and we kept platforming him. That's what I kept thinking about when you were going down that list. I wasn't thinking, and so that's what Kamala Harris should do. What I kept on thinking was how it breaks my heart that so many of us, and I was complicit in this too, platformed a man who was lying all the time. Right? And just kept showing him. Is the solution to continuing to make Donald Trump ever present in our lives is to try and make Kamala Harris compete with that? Or is it to do something entirely different? I think that
she has to compete with that, Anna. She's running for president. Yeah. She has to compete with it. It's not anything that we're doing. And listen, trust me, I know about the rules being different for people of color. But the universe somehow, and whatever it is you want to think, has thrust Kamala Harris into this position in an unusual way with a truncated timeline. And in a truncated timeline, you cannot sit back on your laurels and go by the traditional, well, we have to do it this way. And she cannot listen to the people around her who used to say, just be safe. And because those people, where's Robbie Mook right now, who ran Hillary Clinton's campaign? Right? And some of the people who run those campaigns and those people don't get elected, they go on, they become contributors on networks, and then you're still sitting at home and you're not president of the United States. She's got to go with her guts, and she's got to take a chance, and she's got to get out there and say, I may not say everything perfectly. If you want to know my plan, then you go and I've got this, and here's what I'm going to tell you. If you want to know what I'm going to do at the border, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the plan in place that James Lankford, I'm going to reintroduce it to the Congress, and I'm going to put the plan in place that Jim Lankford put in place that was killed at the behest of Donald Trump, that would have fixed the border or would have made it better. That's what I'm going to do. And then we'll continue to monitor the situation until it's time to readjust and change, and that's what we're going to do. Next question. What are you going to do about the economy and high prices? Well, it is obvious right now that what the Biden-Harris approach is working. Otherwise, the feds would not have lowered the interest rates if inflation was not coming down. So we're going to continue on with the great plan from the Biden-Harris administration that is working, and we're going to monitor that and change it if need be. That's what we're going to do. Next question. Yeah. What are you going to do about abortion? Yeah. We're going to codify abortion across this country. I'm going to make sure that it's introduced into the Congress and the Senate, and I will sign that legislation when it reaches my desk. What else do you want to know? And that's what she needs to do. Instead of being afraid and talking about, not even concepts of a plan. She's not doing that. She does have a plan, but just sort of giving feelings. And I like her. I know her. I've met her many times. She's a very personable person. She has to stop being careful and listening to the political people around her and the advisors, and she has to go with her gut. She is a black woman. I am a black woman. The rules are different for me. I understand that. But I got into this race with very little time. I was thrust into this race. I was being a good soldier as the Vice President of the United States and doing the job that I'm supposed to do as Vice President of the United States, and that is to be the right hand to the President who actually makes the decisions in this country. And so while I am part of a Biden-Harris administration, Joe is the guy. But when I'm the guy, I may not do exactly what Joe Biden has done. I'm not going to handle myself the way Joe Biden has handled himself, because Joe Biden is Joe Biden and I am Kamala Harris. And I'm asking you to give me a chance, like you gave other people a chance, and to understand that I'm looking out for you and only you, the American people. That is what I'm all about. Give me a chance.